Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make Khua Mi Lard Na. So here are the ingredients of what you need. Rice noodles, Chinese broccoli, which is called Gai Lan in Chinese, garlic powder, tapioca flour, salt and pepper. You need fish sauce, oyster sauce, dark soy sauce, regular soy sauce, and palm sugar. So I've already washed the Chinese broccoli, and what I like to start off with is trimming off the leaves before cutting the stem. So with the leaves, I usually cut them medium size. You don't want to do it too small because when you do cook them, they do shrink up. So I prefer them medium size. And then with the stem, I cut them diagonally, not too thin or not too thick. But if it's hard for you to cut them diagonally, you could just cut them straight. So I forgot to mention in the beginning that you are going to also need onions and garlic. And here you want to cut your onions pretty thin because you're going to caramelize it. Next, with your garlic cloves, you want to go ahead and smash it up with your knife. Be careful when you do so. And then once you smash it, you want to go ahead and chop it up. Now that we have the vegetables out of the way, we can go ahead and move on to our meats. Here I have about 2 pounds of round eye steak. Now, if you don't eat beef, you can go ahead and you can use chicken or pork or shrimp, whichever protein you prefer. I prefer beef in my noodles. And I cut them in threes because it was just too big. And then I thin slice them. Now, if you want your meat thicker, you can go thicker. It's however you like. If you prefer not to add any kind of protein, you can just go ahead and add extra vegetables. It'll be just as good. Next, you want to go ahead and microwave your package of noodles for about 5 to 6 minutes until it's soft. Now, once it's soft, you want to go ahead and take it out of the bag and let it cool in a big bowl. Let it cool off for another 6 to 8 minutes. And once it's cooled down, you want to go ahead and peel the noodles one by one. So there's about, I don't know, 5 to 6 layers. And you want to go ahead and just take them off layer by layer. Okay, so this is how your noodles will look after you're done. And here I've used 2 packages. In this bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of tapioca flour mixed with water. Okay, so let's get cooking. So with your pan or your wok, you want to go ahead and heat it up. You want to go ahead and turn it on low to medium heat, and then once it starts to smoke, you want to add in your palm sugar. And make sure that your heat isn't too high because if your sugar burns, it's going to taste bitter. So once you see that your sugar is melting, you can add a little bit of oil and just stir it around. Make sure you're constantly stirring it because, like I said, you don't want your sugar to burn. Just keep stirring until it gets like a pretty golden brown, just like this. Next, add in your garlic and your onions and you stir it around, and this is where you're going to caramelize it. So you want to continue to keep stirring until the onions are soft, and just make sure that the garlic doesn't get burnt. Once that's cooked, you want to add in your protein. Make sure you stir in all that goodness in there. While your meat is cooking, now's the time to add in all your dry ingredients, MSG, which is optional, salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and your chicken powder. And then you want to stir that in really well. When your meat looks like it's starting to cook, go ahead and taste it. See if it needs any extra seasonings in it. Here I didn't have to add anything extra. The flavor is pretty good here. And as far as cooking the meat, you want to either cook it well done or you can cook it medium. I prefer to have my meat medium. Next, you want to add in your Chinese broccoli. And you want to give it a good mix. Mix it in with all that flavor with the meat. So there is some juice from the bottom that came from the meat. Make sure that you don't overcook the broccoli, that it's not too soft. You want to make sure that there is texture and that there is some crunch to it. Okay, next step is adding in the rice noodles. Next, add in your liquid ingredients. What I did was I just put all the liquids in a measuring cup. Okay, so once that's all done, you want to go ahead and start mixing. Make sure you don't break the noodles when you do mix them. Here, I forgot to mention that my heat is on medium-high heat. So you just want to mix it in a little bit. Just make sure everything's coated in. And then if you want your noodles a little bit darker, you can go ahead and add a little bit dark soy sauce in it. And then from here, go ahead and add in your tapioca liquid, and that's going to thicken the sauce, so you're going to have like a gravy sauce to it. Now once that's added in, let it sit for a little bit, for a couple seconds, so that the sauce can thicken up, and then mix it all in. But be careful because you don't want to break your noodles. So be gentle. All right, everyone. Here's the finishing touch. I hope you all enjoyed my video. Please leave it in comments down below. I'd love to see your comments. And don't forget to like and hit the bell for more notifications. Take care and God bless. I did forget to mention earlier, since I did have 2 packages of noodles and 2 pounds of meat, that I cooked only half of the portion, so I didn't use it all in one.
All right, Shiana, you ready to try my noodles?
Yes.
Let the world know how good your mama cooks.
Dang, I can't get my noodles.
Why are you making that face?
Wow, Mom, this is so good. I'm glad my mom knows how to cook.
You're so crazy.